Hello and welcome back to Slow English, the channel where you learn English through simple, real stories. Today's story is called The Weekend Visit. This is an A2 level story. The words are simple, the sentences are short, and I will speak slowly and clearly. The story is about a young woman called Clara. This weekend, her parents are coming to visit her new flat for the very first time. Clara wants everything to be perfect, but families, as always, have their own ideas. Are you ready? Let's begin. It was Saturday morning. Clara's parents were arriving at 11 o'clock. It was now 8:30. She had 2.5 hours. She stood in the middle of her living room and looked around. The flat was tidy. Mostly. There was a pile of books on the coffee table that she moved to the shelf. There was a jacket on the back of the chair that she hung in the wardrobe. There was a coffee mug on the windowsill that she had forgotten about for approximately 3 days. She washed it quickly. She hoovered the living room. She cleaned the bathroom. She put fresh towels out, the good ones, the ones she normally kept folded at the back of the cupboard. In the kitchen, she prepared lunch. Her mum's favourite, chicken soup with crusty bread. She had started it the night before, and now the whole flat smelled warm and good. At 10:15, she sat down with a cup of tea and looked around the flat. It looked nice. It looked like a home. Her phone rang. It was her dad. Dad. Clara, love. We're just leaving now. Sat-nav says we'll be there by 11, maybe 10 to. Clara. Okay, perfect. Drive safe. Dad. Your mum wants to know if you need anything. She's already packed a bag of things. Clara. Dad, please tell her I have everything. Dad. I told her. She packed it anyway. A pause. She's brought a casserole dish. Clara closed her eyes briefly. Tell her I love her. At 10:55, Clara heard a knock at the door. She opened it. Her mum was standing there with a large bag in each hand and a casserole dish under one arm. Her dad was behind her, carrying a small overnight bag and smiling apologetically. Mum. Clara. Oh, look at you. You look tired. Are you sleeping enough? Clara. Hi, Mum. I'm sleeping fine. Come in. Her mum walked in and immediately started looking at everything. The walls, the shelves, the kitchen through the open door. Mum. Oh, it's lovely. It's small, but it's lovely. Very cozy. Clara. It's not that small. Mum. No, cozy. I said cozy. Your dad. What did I say? Dad. Cozy. Mum. Cozy. She put the bags down and hugged Clara tightly. I've missed you so much. Clara hugged her back. I've missed you too, Mum. Her dad came in and closed the door. He looked around quietly and nodded. Dad, you've made it really nice, love. Really nice. Clara. Thank you, Dad. He put his arm around her briefly. That was his version of a hug, and she knew it meant just as much. Lunch was at the small dining table by the window. Clara ladled the soup into bowls and cut the bread. Her mum had already unpacked her bag. A jar of homemade jam, a tin of biscuits, a small plant in a terracotta pot for the kitchen windowsill, and the casserole dish, which turned out to contain a beef stew. Clara. Mum, I made soup. We have enough food for 6 people. Mum. The stew can go in the freezer. You'll be glad of it on a tired evening. Clara looked at her dad. He shrugged happily and tore off a piece of bread. They ate slowly and talked. Clara's mum asked about work, about her friends, about whether she had met any nice people in the building. Clara answered patiently. Her dad asked about the heating. Was it included in the rent? Was the boiler reliable? And nodded seriously at her answers. Dad, you should get a carbon monoxide detector. if you haven't already. Clara. I have one, Dad. Dad. Good girl. Her mum reached across the table and squeezed her hand. Mum. We're just glad you're happy. Clara looked at them, her mum with her kind eyes, her dad with his quiet face, and felt something warm and full in her chest. Clara. I am. I really am. After lunch, Clara took her parents for a walk around the neighborhood. She showed them the cafe on the corner, the one she went to on Saturday mornings. She showed them the small park 2 streets away with its old trees and the pond where ducks gathered in the evenings. She showed them the little bookshop on the high street where she had already spent too much money. Her mum stopped outside a flower stall. Mum. These are beautiful. You should get some for your kitchen table. Clara. Mum. But her mum was already speaking to the flower seller. She came back with a bunch of yellow tulips. Mum. Yellow. For happiness. Clara took the flowers. She could not really argue with yellow tulips for happiness. Her dad walked beside her quietly. After a while he said, Dad, you know, when you first told us you were moving out, I was worried. I thought it was too soon. You were only 22. Clara. I'm 23 now, Dad. Dad. I know. He paused. I was wrong to worry. You're doing well. Really well. Clara looked at her father. He was looking ahead at the street the way he always did when he said something important. Clara. Thanks, Dad. That means a lot. He nodded once. They kept walking. By 4 o'clock, it was time for her parents to drive home. Her mum packed up the empty casserole dish, now rinsed and dried, and put on her coat. Her dad carried the overnight bag back down to the car. At the door, her mum held both of Clara's hands. Mum, call me in the week, even just a short call. Clara. I will, I promise. Mum. And eat properly, not just toast. Clara. I don't just eat toast. Mum. The soup was wonderful, by the way. You've been practicing. Clara. Your recipe. Her mum smiled. I know. That's why it's wonderful. She hugged Clara one more time, long and tight, and then let go. Her dad appeared at the top of the stairs. Dad. Right. We'd better get moving before the traffic builds up. He hugged Clara, a proper one this time, brief but firm. Dad. We're proud of you. Clara felt the back of her eyes sting slightly. She blinked. Clara. Drive safe, both of you. She stood at the door and watched them go down the stairs. Her mum turned back twice to wave. Then they were gone. Clara closed the door and stood in the quiet flat. The soup pot was washed. The bread was mostly gone. The casserole dish was on the shelf next to the tin of biscuits she hadn't opened yet. On the kitchen windowsill, the small plant from Helen, the neighbor. And now, in the middle of the table, the yellow tulips. She filled a vase with water and put the tulips in. She stepped back and looked at them. The flat was the same as this morning, but it felt different, fuller somehow, as if something invisible had been added to the air. She made a cup of tea. She sat on the sofa. She opened her book. Outside, the afternoon light was golden and low. She texted her mum. You left the jam. I'll keep it safe. Drive safe. Love you. The reply came back in under a minute. The jam is for you. Love you more. Clara smiled at her phone. Then she put it down and went back to her book. And that is the end of today's story, The Weekend Visit. I hope you enjoyed it. Family vocabulary is very useful in everyday English. Words like visit, overnight bag, neighborhood, recipe, and proud are all common in real conversations. And if you have family far away, you know exactly how Clara felt today. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe and click the notification bell. A new story every week. Thank you so much for listening. And I will see you next time.